Hello friends and welcome. I hope you're doing fine. And in today's video we'll have a look at the next exercise of Exercism. It's called ISBN Verifier. Let's go. So this is our exercise and let's have a look and read what we need to do. So instructions. The ISBN 10 verification process is used to validate book identification numbers. These normally contain dashes and look like this. All right. So ISBN, the ISBN 10 format is 9 digits, 0 to 9, plus 1 check character, either digit or n, x only. Okay, in this case, so in case of x, the character is an x. Okay, so again, in the case the check character is an x, this represents the value 10. So if it's x, it's 10. This may be communicated with or without hyphens and can be checked for their validity by the following formula. What is the formula? Is 1 multiplied by 10 plus 2 multiplied by 9, 3 multiplied by 8, and all the way down to 1. Modulo 11 is 0. If the result is 0, then it is a valid ISBN 10, otherwise it's invalid. And they give an example here. So I think this one is this number here. So they take the first one, is 3 multiplied by 10, 5 multiplied by 9, 9 multiplied by 8, and so on. And it is 0, so it's correct. So what we need to do, given a string, the program should check if the provided string is a valid ISBN 10. Putting this into place requires some thinking about pre-processing, parsing in the string prior calculating the check digit for the ISBN. I can't read. The program should be able to verify ISBN 10 both with or without separating dashes. Okay, so let's have a look here. All right, so we said we have digits. So we have, let's take this example and put it here. All right, so we have these digits. Let's think about it. What we need to do. So they said like, where was it? It was here. So the program should be able to verify ISBN 10 both with and without separating dashes. So maybe that's the first thing what we need to do. So to make it like taking both of them, we can start by deleting these dashes. So it will be easier for us. So the first thing we can do is to remove these. So we only have digits. In our case, it's a string. So we need to separate these and then do something with them. But step by step. Okay, so now we separated the dashes here, or the hyphens, as they said. So what is the next thing? So what we need to do is to take this first number and then multiply it by 10. So it's 3 multiplied by 10. Then plus, take this one and multiply it by 9. Multiplied by 9. So basically this one gets decremented. So this one will be 8, then it will be 7, 6, and so on. And let's take yellow. And this number is these numbers. Okay, it's here. So next one would be 9. It will come here, 9, and we add them together. So the sum of all of this, let's do it like this. The sum of all of that, let's say, for example, 42, we will do modulo 11, as they said, and this should give us 0. So if it's 0, then it's correct. We return true. True. If it's not 0, return false. False. Sorry for the terrible writing. Okay, so basically that's what we need to do. So let's put that in steps. Okay, so let's go to Dartpad and put that in. Or before we do that, let's download the exercise. So let's copy this, open the terminal, and paste that in. Come on. Perfect. Okay, so let's copy this and go there. So we have everything, yes. Okay, so let's open test. All right. Okay, cool. So in here we have nothing. So everything would be here. Okay, so let's make it a little bit bigger. All right, so this is our first test. And as you see, the numbers here are the same as we had here. So this one should give true, as you see, equals true. All right, so what do we need in case of method and so on? So we see we don't have a class, so that's fine. So we have a bool is valid and then a string. So our method will be is valid. It takes as a parameter string and it gives back bool. Okay, so let me copy this. Let's do that. Okay, so we have bool is valid, and we take a string, and we will call this ISBN string. All right, so that's our method, and basically we can print that here. Let's say print is valid, and then let's give it the first one, this one. And then let's see what will happen. All right, let's put it in brackets. All right, so that would be our first test, and this one should return true. Okay, what did we say before? We said that we will remove all hyphens. Should be correct writing. If not, correct me. And then when we remove all the hyphens, then we need to check if the first, let's do it blue. So we need to check if this first 9 is an integer basically, so digits, and this one either an integer or an x, nothing else. All right. Okay, so let's write that down. So test if the first 9 digits are int plus last digit int or x. Okay, so that's the second one, and then the third one is basically the solution. So solution of well, solution is not a good word. So let's say test if the ISBN is valid and return true. Otherwise false. So these are the steps that we need to do. Okay, cool. So let's try. So the first one is remove all hyphens. So how can we do that? Well, basically we learned about that. So let's say ISBN string. So basically this one, let's copy and paste. All right, so how can we remove that? We say replace. All right, so when we replace it, we needed to store it in a variable. So we can use the same variable to do the thing that we need. So basically it's string dot replace all. So we replace all hyphens with basically nothing. So, all right, so first thing, done. Easy. Okay, so the next one is test if the first 9 digits are integer and the last digit int or x. So for this one, we need to do regular expressions. Well, I'll write the regular expression here, but we talked about the regular expression before. If not, I have a video here or here about regular expression. Have a look at that. It should be easy and straightforward. So we say if the ISBN string contains so regular expression, and we will take the row of that string. If you don't understand anything that I'm saying, please watch the video about regular expression before, and then you can continue. All right, so what do we need to do? So we need to say that that the string starts with a number, and that's how we do it. And we say slash. Sorry, I have a new keyboard, and it's not a German keyboard, so I need to to search the keys. All right, so D. So this one, it should be there 9 times. So this is how you say that at the beginning. So the string starts with a digit, and there are 9 digits after that. Okay. And then the last one, it could be either a digit or it should be an X, like the big X, okay? And that's the end of our string. So this is how you basically test, you test this one, this, how you call it? How you test it. Okay, I forgot the word. And then if this is true, we can say we can return true, but it doesn't help because we need to run the other test that it's ISBN verified. So we need to do the calculation. So, but what can we do? If this regular expression is not true, so there's something wrong. For example, they have, let me go there. So for example, here you see it's A, so that's not valid. Or they have P in between, that's also not valid. They have the X here in between, it's not valid. So if either one of these expressions occur, we say return false. So return false, but we need to say here that it's not. So if this one is not the correct written ISBN, then return false. Okay, it should be easy, straightforward. If not, please let me know in the comments. I will help you. Okay, so we have that, and after everything, like we get now a string that looks like this. So it's 3 5 9 8 2 1 5 0 8 8 8 8 8. So we get something like this. This is our example. This is what we get, and now we need to run the calculation. Okay, what can we do? We have our ISBN string, and now we need to do some things. So first of all, we need to split all the digits that are inside there. So we run split, and we split by nothing. So it splits character by character. Dot. Let's do it like this because we don't have enough space. So dot. And then I will use the fold method, the classic We learned about fold. We used fold a dozen of times. We know it, we love it, we use it here. So let's use fold, and let's do the things that fold needs. Okay, first thing, okay, let's do it like this. First thing is the length. If we go here, it says, so it says here, where is it? Initial value. So our initial value is 0. Or the length. That's the length basically. All right. So for initial value, we start by 0. Then we have the function that goes through that thing. Okay, so our initial value is 0. And then we have our previous and current. Previous and current value that we need to use. So what is your problem? Okay, so okay, no worries. Okay, so we need to give this. Okay, so how can we do it? So previous is the last digit. So that one is the value that we already calculated in this function that we will use here, and then that's the value from last time. So okay, I know you know how fold functions, so I assume you know it. If not, please have a look at the previous exercises. You will know how to do it. Okay, so we take the previous. You know what? I will say PR and CU, so to make everything shorter. But you know it's previous and current. Okay. So what should happen here? So our formula, it should be something like, let's go here. So our formula should be, we take, let's say we have 3, 5, 8 as an example. And this one is 3 multiplied by 10 plus this one. So it's, let's do it like this. So it's 5 multiplied by 9 and so on. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So we need to create these. All right, so this value, where do we get this value? Well, it is ISBN 10, so basically we can say, we can put it up here as a variable. So we can say index, for example, or I for short, 10. So this is where it comes from. So we need to go through this and decrease it every time, each time that we go through the list. All right. So we have this one is the this is the current multiplied by 10 plus the current multiplied by 9. But this one is the previous. So this is PR, previous, and this is CU, current. Okay. This number, and PR is this, the solution out of this. Okay. So keep that in mind. This is what we're doing. So we say previous should be plus I minus minus. Okay. Why do I do I minus minus? Because we said we need to go. Okay, so this one is I. Okay, this number. So by doing minus minus, we go one less. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and so on. Okay. We multiply all of that with the current one. Okay. So what is the current one? CU. And at the end of all of that, we check if it's modulo 11, if that's 0. Okay. Okay. Calm down. There's a lot of errors, but basically this is our formula that we need to use, because we said, okay, this is the current. Let me do it here. This is the current number. This is our I. All of that is our PR, the previous one. Okay. And then we need to add it to the next one, and that's done. The other one. All right. So what is this? What's happening? The body might complete normally, causing null to be returned, but the return type bool is potentially nullable, and so on and so on. Return type num is an int. All right. The argument type of string can't be assigned to a parameter of num. This one. So this one is a string. Okay. So why? Because CU is basically, for example, 3, but 3 is in string. So we need to convert that into integer. Okay. So let's do that. So int.tryParse CU. Okay. So this is basically how you convert that to integer. Okay. So what's our next problem? The argument type int can't be assigned to parameter of num. Okay, here are some things that you need to be careful about. All right, so this one, it could be 0. Why? Remember that we removed everything that it's not correct, but what about x? The last digit could be x, and x is not an integer. So in that case, you will get null. Okay, so you need to take that and then say, okay, if this one is null, now we can use it. Then if this one is null, then use 10. Let's put everything here in brackets, so it's better for us. Okay, got it? Understand? So basically this one returns null if it's not an integer. For example, we have the x here, okay? So if it's null, we say, okay, we can take that and say if it's null, so it's x, what we're looking for, and x is 10 in our case, okay? So that will give you 10, and all of that should be modulo 11, and then should return 0. And all right, let's say here return. We return everything back. Oh, let's have space a little bit. Let's format that. Terrible formatting, but okay. You get it. Okay, so cool. So let's test if that works. It should return true, hopefully. No? Yeah, true. I need to click it twice somehow, I don't know why. All right, so as you see, it's true. Cool, let's have another example with an x maybe. Is valid true? Okay, let's take this one. Let's put it in here. So this one is without dashes, so this one will not work, or it will be ignored. Okay, we get true. Cool. So basically we can take this method and let's put it in here. And let's change this one. Oh my god. Okay, so let's say true, false. All right. So let's go step by step. So that one should be false. Not this one. That's false. Not this one. This one. This one. This one. Not this one, but this one. Not this. This. Okay, just be careful that you don't replace these things, because yeah, you need only to do the skip. Okay, looks good. All right, let's run our test. Where's the terminal? So first Dart pub get. Let's take the dependencies. Dart run test. So let's see if everything is working fine. Oh, we have an error. All right. So, all right, the operator isn't defined for the class object. Okay. That's interesting. All right, let's have a look. But it's working here, so that's... I love it. Okay, let's do this. I will have a look what is the problem, and then I'll come back. Okay, my friends, I'm back. So somehow I need to say to fold that all of this is an integer. If I do it like this, it works perfectly. So let's run the test again. So if we do it like this, yeah, you see all tests passed. So I don't know why it's working here, but not working here. Maybe the different versions of that, of Dart, maybe. So somehow I need to define that the fold is integer. So if you know exactly why, please let us know in the comment below. So I learned something new, you learn something new, everyone else learns something new, so it's win-win-win situation. Okay, but basically this is the solution for the exercise. And let's go one more time through it, so everything gets more clear. All right, so we are getting a string that has dashes. It doesn't matter where, so let's put it like this. Okay, so the first thing we did, we replaced all dashes with nothing. So we removed them basically. And then we did a regular expression to see if it's a correct writing, that ISBN string. So for example, it doesn't contain a P or an D or whatever in between, and it's like 9 digits, and the last digit is an integer or an X. Okay, so we did that. If the string is not correct, we return false and say no, that's not correct. If it's true, we go in here and we split the string, so we create an array with all the characters, and then we go through the characters. So we go through the characters through fold. So let's go back here. So we take the first one, we multiply it with 10. This is our current, this is our I, this is our previous, and then we add it to the next one. Okay. So we say the previous one is, at the beginning this one is 0 because we don't have a previous, and then we have we go through 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we needed to use tryParse, so we convert the characters that are in string to integer, and then we said, okay, we have one more case, and that's X, and if we do it like this, it will return null, and we take that and use it for our advantage and say, okay, if it's null, we say the value is 10, because remember X is 10, and then we do modulo 11 is 0, If yes, it's true. If not, it's false. So basically this one, it's taken care of, so we don't need to say if true or if false. So basically this dash dash or equal equal 0. So this one, it will return true or false. Okay, cool. So go ahead and do that. And if you have some problems and issues and you don't know how to solve it, write it in the comments. Let me know. The most important thing is, if you know why this one is like this, please let me know and let the other know. All right, so thank you very much. It's 30 minutes. So I hope you got a value out of this video and you could now solve this exercise and learn something about it, out of it. I will see you in the next video. Steve out. Ciao.